Joe Biden may, repeat, may, this is where the speculation is, may get into the race. Come on in. Daniel Halper, author of the book Clinton, Inc. I say that Hillary is in real trouble here because President Obama, there's bad blood between Obama and the Clintons, and I think President Obama is probably encouraging Joe Biden to get into this race, to be his guy in the race. What say you?
That may be the case. Joe Biden, there isn't really a compelling reason for him not to run. The only one, perhaps slightly, being that he might embarrass himself by losing very badly. He's run, of course, twice before, not gained any traction. So that may be holding him back, but that's probably the only thing. And so I think he will run. As far as President Obama is concerned, a lot does lay on his plate. He can be the kingmaker in his party. He has to decide, I think, who is going to win the election, who has the best chance of becoming the next Democratic president, because he really needs a Democrat. He's done a lot of governing by executive action. A Republican comes in, he can reverse a lot of that. Not all, but a lot of that. He needs a Democrat, and I think that's the calculation President Obama is going to be making.
It seems to us that Hillary Clinton is not running a very good campaign. There's all kinds of obvious examples of where the campaign is falling flat, whether it's a $600 haircut or roping off the media. And then, of course, there's the email problem, which may get worse this afternoon. We don't know that, but it may get worse. The campaign is... We've had one analyst on the show this morning saying the campaign's in crisis mode. Would you go that far?
Not yet. I wouldn't go that far. Look, she's still in a very, very good position in terms of she has a huge infrastructure. She has a lot of organization around the country in various early states. And she has a lot of money in the bank. That's hard to replicate, even if Joe Biden were to run in, or somebody like Al Gore or John Kerry. It would be very hard to replicate her organization at this moment. And that, I think, gives her a better standing in the Democratic field. But you're right. Long-term outlook, it is not great for her. She's not popular. Joe Biden seems to have better favorable ratings, which is, of course, another compelling reason he might run. So I wouldn't call it crisis yet, but they should be on edge.
Yeah, but what's gone wrong? She's hired what she thinks is the best political talent in the country. She's got a host of advisors. I think she's hired like 400 people. She's got a ton of money. What's gone wrong?
It's her. It's not her campaign. Her campaign is decent. The people she has seem to be very good. She's not a very good campaigner. This has long been a problem for her. She's not a good grip and grinner. She doesn't charm audiences in the way somebody, say, like her husband is able to do. That's problematic, and that's very hard to overcome if you're the problem and not some other problem with, in lower rungs of your campaign.
I think it's different in a presidential campaign. You've got to be personable. Personable is the expression. You've got to be able to glad hand. You've got to be able to get the crowd with you and to feel that crowd and get the crowd going. I think that's just particularly important in a presidential election. And you're telling me that Hillary doesn't have it.
Well, she's okay. She's not good at it, and that's a big hindrance. Look, if you look back at the last elections, Barack Obama was a better politician than Mitt Romney. Barack Obama, obviously, better politician than John McCain. George W. Bush, better politician than John Kerry and Al Gore. The better politician does win these elections. But we don't know who the Republicans will nominate, and we don't even know whether that candidate will be any good, because in that side, there's so much more going on, and there's so much more uncertainty. So there's a lot, obviously, in the air. As your previous guest said, it's very hard to make predictions about the economy. It's very hard to make predictions about politics, but we can notice certain trends, and it's problematic. Again, President Obama really holds the key to this election. Yeah. He could do a lot of damage if he decided to prosecute Hillary Clinton for these emails. I mean, he could take her down relatively easily, so he's got a lot of power, and she's probably going to be sucking up to him quite a bit.
And Joe Biden's waiting right there. Okay. Daniel Halper, thank you very much for joining us, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Stuart.